go right to the script. We do a thing, we do a cold reading here. You pass the scripts down, please. These people have not seen this script before, although some of them did it at past conventions. This is the story of Cinderella. And I've taken here a very boring script, a very simple, straightforward animation script. I'm going to assign roles and play director here.
I was at Seder's this week. Do we dip in salt water or?
Alright, Hal, we're going to try something a little as an experiment. It's a little different. I want you to read this script absolutely straight, serious, don't change anything. Read it exactly with full dramatic impact here. Let's see just how that works. Let's see what happens this time. Gregg, you are going to play part of Harold is number 1, Knave, Faversham, and persons 1 through 5. That's the rules.
Take the stable
out. Play the part of ugly sister number 1 and the fairy godmother.
First grade.
Right? Jason, you are going to play the narrator and Harold number 2. Straight, no, straight. Okay. Cinderella.
Wrote it down.
And Neil, you're going to play the prince and the ugly sister number 2.
Nice.
Sarah, you're the evil stepmother.
Oh, perfect.
Right, now they have not seen this script. They're marking their copy right now with all their lines. Straight, absolutely straight. Okay. And usually in animation, the cast doesn't get the script very far in advance. On the Garfield show, the scripts aren't written very far in advance. We have actually managed a couple times this last season to achieve same-day script. So they don't know exactly what they're going to do with this stuff, but I thought we'll just try to make it work as best we can. All right, just a little bit or two. You have to mark ahead here if we can get started.
I'm ready.
All right.
Sure.
Okay, let's start here. All right. Very straight, very serious. The story of Cinderella. Jason, you start.
Once upon a time, there was a...
Jason, sorry.
Oh, he's the narrator. He sounds with glasses.
All right.
Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Cinderella who lived with her stepmother and 3 ugly stepsisters. Every morning, the stepmother and stepsisters would wake up and order Cinderella around.
What's taking Cinderella so long? I want my breakfast. I'm hungry.
Oh, sister, have you heard about the big ball the king is throwing to find Prince Charming a wife? Everyone will be there when he picks me as his bride.
Why, I'm certain he'll pick me. Can we go, Mother? Please, can we?
Oh, of course we're going to the ball. My daughters are the most beautiful girls in the land, not to mention how rich the prince is. Oh, Cinderella, it's about time you brought us our breakfast.
Oh, here you are. I'm sorry I was late.
You're dismissed. Well, what are you standing around for?
It's just that I thought, that is, may I go to the ball too?
You! That's too funny.
Hold on. Stop. This isn't working. I think this isn't working here. We need to make a change. Gregg, would you change script with Lorraine? Jason, would you change script with Laura? Neil, would you change script with Sarah? Sure. All right? And now you do anything you want with it. All right? Let's start from the top again.
Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Cinderella who lived with a stepmother and 3 ugly stepsisters. Every morning, the stepmother and stepsisters would wake up and order Cinderella around.
What's taking Cinderella so long?
Oh, sister, have you heard about the big ball the prince is throwing to find Prince Charming? Everyone will be there when he picks me as his bride.
You? Why am Satan you pick me? Can we go, Mother?
please, can we?
Of course we can. My daughters are these beautiful girls of the land. Not to mention how rich the prince is. Oh, Cinderella, it's about time you brought us our breakfasts.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I was late.
You're dismissed. Well, what are you standing around for?
It's just that I thought that this is... Well, may I go to the ball too?
Why does my script say ugly sister number 1? You? Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah, that's too funny.
Of course you may go, Cinderella.
What? How could you?
You may go if you finish all your chores and if you help your sisters get ready and if you can find some decent clothes to wear instead of those rags.
That's a lot of ifs. Well, I guess I won't be going.
So, the night of the ball arrived, and Cinderella was forced to help her evil stepmother and ugly stepsisters get ready for the big party.
Where is my dress?
And where the heck are my shoes?
And where's my purse? Oh, here are your shoes, Brunella. And here's your purse, Priscilla.
We're all set. Too bad, Cinderella. I guess you didn't get your chores done in time. You can stay here and scrub the kitchen floor.
And so, after they left for the ball, Cinderella, she was all alone with her mop and her shattered dreams.
Oh, I wish I could go to the ball. I wish I could.
Hello?
I said, I wish I could go to the ball.
What was that you just said?
Who are you?
My young fairy godmother, of course. Now, what was that I just heard you say?
Just said I want to go to the ball. It's too late now, and I have no way to get there.
Was that all? I can manage that. It's never too late for a little magic.
The fairy godmother just waved her wand, changing a pumpkin into a beautiful coach and 2 mice into horses.
See, now we may go to the ball.
Fairy godmother, aren't you forgetting something?
Heavens. Oh, you can't go looking like that.
Not wearing anything right now. I need a dress.
And with another wave of her wand, she changed Cinderella's dress into a beautiful ball gown. And on her feet, there were lovely glass slippers.
Now remember, there is one thing. You need to be home by midnight when the magic stops working.
And so Cinderella left for the ball in her coach. At the palace, the party was in progress. And everyone seemed to be having a merry time. Everyone but the prince.
Are you not excited, grown-ups? This may be the day you find your future wife and our future queen.
I doubt that, Fashion. Never have I seen a woman in this kingdom who was as fair and as beautiful as the woman of my dreams.
Well, perhaps that will change this evening.
The prince had just about given up when the doors opened and Cinderella arrived. Everyone at the party took notice.
Who is that girl? She is stunning and absolutely beautiful!
I've never seen her in person anywhere like her before.
She can't be from around here.
Why do you say that?
Well, take a look. She's wearing glass slippers.
Those are definitely from another kingdom.
Oh, but the prince, he was immediately smitten with the stranger.
May I have this dance with you?
I would be honored, Your Majesty.
Oh, it was so beautiful. The dance floor cleared as the 2 whirled around it. Cinderella's stepmother and stepsisters watched and sneered.
Mother, who is
She looks rather familiar, but I cannot quite place the face.
Oh, she's using up all the printed time. He's supposed to be mine.
Oh, the prince and Cinderella were inseparable. Right up to the minute when the clock struck 12.
Oh no, it's midnight. I must go.
And you practically just got here, and I don't even know your name.
I'm sorry, I must. Farewell.
He could do nothing to stop her. In moments, she was out the door and gone.
Faversham, you must find her. She was the one. I'm sure of it. Did anyone get her name?
No, Your Highness.
You have found true love and lost her.
Excuse me.
Do
Do not disturb His Highness, Snail. Can you see that he is crying? I just thought he'd like to know that that woman he was dancing with all night, well, when she left, she dropped this.
One of her glass slippers. Faversham, we will take this shoe and try it on every available maiden for miles around. The woman this shoe fits is the woman I shall make my bride.
The next day, the prince and his 2 heralds scoured the kingdom to find his beloved. Hey, you there, try this shoe on. They had almost given up when they arrived at the home of the evil stepmother.
Oh, Mother! I'm sorry, I was doing something really important. The princess here.
Oh, I'm sure that the shoe will fit me.
Listen up. I don't care which of you it fits. Just make sure it's one of you.
Ladies, we're here to find the woman whose foot fits this last slipper.
We'll try on the shoe first.
Me?
No, me!
It's too small.
It's small for me too.
No luck, Your Highness.
But that woman in the corner, what about her?
Cinderella. It couldn't possibly fit her. She's a nobody.
Well, she has feet, and I'm gonna try this shoe on one of them.
Wait! No, my herald. I shall do this one.
So, the prince knelt down and slipped the shoe on Cinderella. And of course, it fit perfectly.
You are the one for me.
You for me.
And so Cinderella and the prince were married, and the evil stepmother and her ugly stepsisters had to learn to do things for themselves.
Mother, I don't want to scrub floors. Let me try that shoe on again.
Oh, and I don't do windows, Mother.
Show up and keep washing or scrubbing or whatever it is you're doing.
And everyone except them lived happily ever after.
Very nice, Kaplan. Very good. Let's go down. I want to ask everybody, one of the questions that always fascinates me. Tell us somebody really fascinating you got to work with in the voiceover business that you couldn't believe you got to share a microphone with in the same studio. Anybody got one?
Mark Evanier.
Oh, me.
Okay, well, those are the next season. Anybody? Neil, you got one? Yeah, I'll try to be brief. This story starts off a little on the sad side, but it gets better, trust me. My mother passed away years ago, and for a little while when that happens to you in your life, when you think about that person, it gets kind of sad. Well, I had a session one day, and I walked in, and I saw Dick Godier. And my parents raised me on Broadway, so that was Conrad Birdie. That was Broadway's original Birdie, and that was Jaime the Robot from Get Smart. And I was so jazzed. My initial instinct was, oh my God, I've got to call my mom. She's going to love this. And it was the first time in my life that moment felt good. You know, because in that moment, she was just as much with me as if she was still alive up in San Jose.
And so I will never, ever, ever in my life forget walking in and seeing Dick Godey. And by the way, I told this story to Billy Boyd once, and I ended the story like this. I said, so even to this day, when I think about Dick, I smile.
Who else has got a good name card? Greg, you want to go through a list?
Wow. First, keep in mind, I've forever been saying that I'm younger than Jagger, so there's that. And my wife Dora added, you're older than Bieber. So somewhere between younger than Jagger and older than Bieber. I was seated next to Mel Blanc at one of my first sessions. So, you know, that's it. But also, James Brown was in a session of Duckman. Scatman Carruthers I spent hours with on Transformers sessions. Robin Leach was in a Garfield session. James Earl Jones was in a Garfield session. Marvin Kaplan was in a Garfield session. Don Knotts was in a Garfield session. There were a host of you know, heroes that may not be heroes to every single person. June Foray, the hours that we've been able to spend together now. You know, for me, these are lifetime dreams come true, and I always describe myself as the kid on the living room floor on Saturday morning with my elbows on the floor and my chin on my fists, watching cartoons, and I don't know why they're magic, but they're magic. So for me to be able to grow up and come here and leave the middle of the Midwest and be in the presence of my heroes, it doesn't matter that they're anybody else's heroes or not. You know, this has been a dream fulfilled for me. So it's not starstruck. It's simply, and I'm not undervaluing my contribution. You got to be able to get in the sandbox and not mess up. You got to make your contribution to what's going on. But you know, I've been in the presence of my heroes. This has been and continues to be a dream career for me. Plus, I heard it first and best said by Lorenzo Music. It beats the heck out of heavy lifting. You know? We get, you just heard this script. We get paid to play. The job is getting a job. We wake up every day and meet people we don't know and try to convince them that we've got something important to bring to the party. Once you get there, the party is in progress and you get to join it. Long answer to a short question, but there you go.
In the morning I had Buddy Hackett doing voices. He came in and he told us, before we started, he told us 3 extremely dirty jokes. And in the afternoon we had one of my heroes, Dr. Paul Winchell. And he came in and he told us the exact same 3 extremely dirty jokes.
And we're going around.
But without his lips moving. We all had to pretend like, oh, we didn't hear that before. Anyway, somebody else had a person.
I thought of a few people. When the very first day that I started work on Spider-Man, Christopher Barnes, who had played Gregg Berger, was cast as Spider-Man. And Ed Asner was sitting here, and Mark Hamill was sitting here, and Martin Landau was sitting there. And I was like, I am so lucky to be out of the house. This is just really great. So I was pretty in awe of the caliber of talent. They sort of approached it from more of an acting standpoint than, I mean, most of my animation work, I sound exactly like this. I don't ever hardly get to do other voices, although I feel like I can, but I mostly sound like myself. So the whole time, you know, I would be talking like this and all of the color was around me all the time. So it was great. It was great to be around those kinds of people, and hopefully there'll be you know, more opportunities and more and more people are doing animation. It seems like more celebrities are doing it than ever, but the cream will rise to the top and the really good people will keep doing it. So, anyway.
In yet another Garfield session, I had cast an actor. I wanted to introduce this character as a running character, as a con man who keep popping up and swindling Garfield out of things. I cast a very aging, lovely character actor well, I guess I got when he was too old. His performance was just not very good. But now we got to replace him. I'm trying to think, who can I get that'll fit? I walked into the waiting room, and they record other things at the studio, and sitting there waiting for a commercial for another show was a man who I always idolized, a very fine guy named Carl Valentine. Remember the Amazing Valentine? Some of the kids name all the things. Sarah's father. And we got him on the show, and he was absolutely wonderful. I saw him there and went, that's it, that's the guy.
Aw,
Yes.
nice.
Who else has got one? Ray, you got anybody else you work with?
Well, the first animated series I ever did was Hysteria for Warner Brothers. This is the cast. Billy West, Jeff Bennett, Maurice LaMarche, Rob Paulson, Tress McNeil, and Frank Welker.
Oh, yeah.
That was my first series, and I knew who they were, and I knew that they were the SHRs. And also, I grew up here in Los Angeles, and a lot of the things, I was a horror nerd, I was a comedy nerd, and I was a blues nerd. And the Ash Grove, which is now the Improv, was a blues club. I saw everybody. I saw Howlin' Wolf, I saw Willie Dixon and the Chicago All-Stars, Muddy Waters, Sonny Terry and Brownie McGee, and I saw Taj Mahal. So, and I would also watch Merv Griffin when he was on in the afternoon in black and white, and Arthur Treacher was his sidekick. And I would see every comic. Richard Pryor, John Viner, Pete Barbuti, Corbett Monica, all these great, brilliant people. So I did a Blues Brothers cartoon, and I worked with Shelley Berman and Taj Mahal. And that meant a lot to me.
Anybody else have one? Just going on Gregg's thing, work with your heroes. I too, I grew up watching cartoons, and it's definitely a dream come true. Give me a Peter, and thank you for inviting me again, Mark, and for all the work. Garfield as well. Most recently, I'm doing a show called Rescue Bots for the Hub. It's Transformers for younger kids. So I grew up being a huge Transformers fan. I watched it every day after school was on at like 3:30 or 4:30. Rush home and be like He-Man, Transformers. Before like copying it to a disc, I have like a tape player. And I'd audio record the episodes, take them to school the next day, and my friends and I would sit around like during recess, listen. So these voices were ingrained in my brain. And when I got to do cartoons, the name Peter Cullen was thrown around a lot. I knew who he was. I never saw him, never got to meet him until they bring Optimus Prime in episodes of Rescue Bots every so often, and he was there. Peter likes to record alone. It's his preference. He comes in this fantastic automobile, and he goes in by himself and does his thing, Autobots. I can. But I heard he was going to be there really Almost.
Well, no, that's not the old one. The one from the 80s is like this, but he now sounds like this.
Yeah. I wouldn't have, so I found he's going to be there.
And I will treasure it forever, 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 forever. It doesn't get any better than that, and it doesn't ever have to.
We were very fortunate that we got one time. I actually, in a Bugs Bunny commercial thing, I actually had to tell him to read What's Up, Doc slower. The stupidest news I've ever given. We got to know, we were working on a lot of shows now with June. We got to work with Dawes Butler, who I think was the greatest voice actor ever made. You should know who Dawes Butler was. Then we got another minute or two here. What's the neatest thing about it?
I just love that, we're not held back by what people see as we walk in. So much on camera is about, oh, you're too tall, you're too thin, you're too this, and excluding you. But I've been able to play secretaries and stuff like that. And it's open to interpretation, so the fact that it is, the field is as wide open as your imagination and your instrument will allow you to go, and that's my favorite thing.
Yeah, I feel that way too. I love the craft of voice acting, of making characters with your voice and acting with your voice. When I first started doing this kind of work, I had to drive my kids all over town, and I listened to these DVDs of old-time radio, and Don Amici and, you know, the Bickersons and all this kind of stuff, just to learn the craft of voice acting, because it is separate. And I just love this work. Really love it.
And I'll tell you another perk in business. You get rewarded because you get to meet fans like this who will thank you. As I tell, please join me in thanking Gregg Berger.
Go to BKBN.net. Go to BKBN.net. Go to BKBN.net. I tell you to go. Go down.